I'm going to hold your hand while I say this, but your phone's making you ugly. And I'm going to show you with actual science that what it's doing to your face is not any different to what a drug does to an addict. I know that sounds dramatic. Stay with me. In this video, I'm going to break down the science of what doom scrolling is doing to your brain, your energy, your skin, and your body. As hard as it will sound to an addict, because the mechanism is the same. We just got to wake up to it. And once you see the parallel, you will never look at your phone the same way again. Stay until the end because the last section is going to be the 5 specific shifts I made that changed things visibly. Not a 30-day detox, not deleting everything, real changes that work. If you're new here, hi there, I'm Samira. I talk about feminine energy, mindset, and rebuilding your life in a way that actually works for women without the burnout and extremes. So if you're drawn for a change in your life, I would love for you to subscribe and stick around. Okay, let's be real. You clicked this video for a reason. Maybe you've been feeling off lately and you have a hard time explaining it. You're tired, but not from lack of sleep, dull looking, but you've been doing the 5-step skincare, and just low energy, but you haven't done anything to drain you this much. And somewhere in the back of your head, I know you feel it, you already know that your phone has something to do with it. You just haven't wanted to look at it directly. Well, let's look at it. Because what I'm about to show you is not just theory. It isn't a wellness trend, it literally is biology. And once you understand what is actually happening inside your body while you doom scroll, you will never be able to unknow it. And here's the part that nobody's saying out loud enough. What heavy phone usage does over time with your body is not any different from what a drug does to a drug addict. The mechanisms in the brain is almost identical, and the physical effects. Now, I know that's why you're here, because nothing is more convincing and compelling as knowing that something that we like to use a lot is making us ugly. But seriously, doom scrolling is affecting your face, your posture, your energy. It's all visible and you just have to pay attention. We spent decades figuring out what cigarettes are doing to us slowly internally. That in the next decade, I bet you 1,000% that in the next decade, we're gonna figure out that our phones do the same thing. And the face will be the first place to see it. And one second, before we get into it, if you have a strong calling and just tired of hustling, I've created a free 7-day soft life workbook challenge. It's a simple but powerful way to shift your habits and energy in alignment with the woman that you deserve to become. Grab it in the link below for free. And here's the science of what doom scrolling is doing to your body and why your phone might be the cigarette of our generation. Our phones have become designed to become a dopamine trap. There is a lot of evidence out there, scientific research, that all the social media apps that we're addicted to is designed to work like a drug. Now let's get scientific here. What is dopamine? Dopamine is your brain's reward chemical. Now, drugs are designed to flood it all at once, as in give you that dopamine hit every time. The problem is, the more you use it, your brain operates by down-regulating its dopamine usage, as in it's reducing its sensitivity, as in the drug doesn't work as well as it did before because it's just hitting that dopamine and flushing it out every time. And what happens after that? Addicts need more of that drug just for life to feel normal, because life without it starts feeling dull and gray. Does that sound familiar? Phones do the exact same thing. Every notification, every refresh, every new video that you watch, boom, tiny dopamine hit. Now, the way that we're getting the dopamine hit with this doom scrolling video after video on every social media app, you are getting constant dopamine hits, training your body to downregulate. And what happens after that, you need more scrolling to feel stimulated. And just like drug addicts, normal life starts to feel boring and unbearable. Quietness or doing nothing starts feeling uncomfortable. That slot machine effect that we've been trained to do with doom scrolling is literally engineered by every tech company so that you stay on and keep wanting more. Now let's explain scientifically why you feel trapped when you start scrolling. Why can't you stop? What's happening? There's a difference between wanting and liking. When you want something and when you like something, those are two complete brain circuits. Now let's distinguish the two. When you want something, that's dopamine driven. You're looking for that hit. When you like something, that's opioid driven. And what's crazy is that they don't even live in the same part of the brain. These two circuits are not the same. So what does this look like practically? You scroll for 2 hours and you feel nothing at the end. That wanting circuit was firing all the time, but the liking circuit was knocked out. You were chasing something that your brain was promising it would make you feel good, and it never delivers. This is why we know that doom scrolling is affecting us. It drains us. It makes us feel exhausted and tired, and you know the effect that it has on you, but you cannot stop. this is why. Then there's a seesaw effect, researched by a Stanford addiction psychiatrist. So think of your brain's reward system as a seesaw. Each cheap pleasure, like a scroll or a sugar or stimulation, drops the seesaw to one side. So it feels good for a second. That's how your reward system feels. However, your brain hates imbalance. So to immediately balance that out, it immediately drops to the opposite side, which is the pain side. That's the crash. That's the emptiness. That's the why did I just waste 3 hours of my life feeling. Now, if you do this every single day, your brain starts preloading the pain side, always bracing the next hit. And now the seesaw is permanently tilted towards pain. You're not even enjoying the scroll. You just need it to feel normal. Look at how crazy that sounds, guys. Like, this is what you're training your brain to become. And that is the dopamine deficit. This is why everything feels flat. That is brain rot, clinically. Now let's talk about the physical payoff. How does this appear on your face? Because that's why we're here, okay? When a person is deep into addiction, and we see this a lot with drug addicts or just anyone that's unfortunately in that situation, they have vacant eyes, flat effect, and just a hollow exhaustion. Like their light is gone, sadly. But a woman that's not addicted to anything and is regulated, they appear, compared to the addict, bright eyes, engaged, present, the quality that you can't name. And I want to alert you guys. I want to raise a red flag and immediately tell you guys that the chronic scrolling that you're doing every day is moving you towards the former. I know this sounds super dramatic, but seriously, it wires the same way a drug does when we continuously doom scroll. This is a hollowness that I feel like no concealer, no PRP can fix. Just think about it. Your phone, it was built in Silicon Valley by the same scientists that studied slot machines and addiction. You are not weak for being hooked. You're just targeted. So as much as we think that phones, technology, the rise of everything that's going on is great for us over time, it's actually not. And I want you guys to wake up and start coming back to ourselves. And this is why I'm here. Like alerting all my fellow women out here that, hey, you're addicted. And if you are struggling anywhere in your life, start with stopping the doom scroll and watch the changes physically start appearing. There's also this image that I absolutely love, and I think it's so true. And I'm big on energetics. I'm big on your external world, reflecting your inner world. I am big on that. I am really big on the fact that how you think about yourself and how you view the world can be seen on the outside, which Roald Dahl, which was a children's book author, which most of us grew up reading, highlights this so well. That his teaching in this particular excerpt of the book is that good thoughts shine out like sunbeams, but ugly thoughts show too. So over time, our face becomes what our repeated thoughts made it. Now, let's apply that to doom scrolling. You are spending hours a day consuming content designed to trigger comparison, envy, inadequacy, and anxiety. Each flash of insecurity, each flash of inadequacy, your face registers it. Like, emotions live in the body. It's definitely a thing that we are learning a lot more, which is why nervous system regulation is so big right now, because the way we feel repeatedly is affecting our physical body. Jaw tension, the eyes, the set of the mouth. If you repeat micro expressions of like jealousy or, negativity, or you're constantly like judging people as you're scrolling through your feed, that will become your resting face. But the opposite is also true. If you're calm, content, and present, you will be a woman that carries that face, like the softness around the eyes and the ease of expression. So pretty much from this Roald Dahl example, you cannot think ugly thoughts and expect your face not to know about it. Next is cortisol. If you don't know what cortisol is, if you're a woman, especially in your late 30s, this is the time to know immediately, because once you learn about cortisol, you will be so mindful of how you manage your stress. So we all know that stress can really aid you in real time. And if you're a mother, if you're working, and if you just have a lot of responsibilities, like you already have enough stress on your plate. There's no life without stress. But every scroll session, every time you grab that phone, just scroll and just feel good about it, your brain registers a low-grade threat. Hence, it releases cortisol. And the one thing I want you to learn is that chronic cortisol breaks down collagen, that protein that keeps your skin firm and elastic. And what does that result in? Lines deepening faster than they should, skin that stops bouncing back, and just that loss of plumpness. In addition, cortisol releases systematic inflammation. And I've been seeing this on the rise, especially with younger women. is the rise of inflammation in us. This shows as puffiness, redness, jawline breakouts, and just that general unwell look. And this also explains the faces of meth. Here is an example. Meth users age rapidly and visibly through the same cortisol, inflammation, collagen pathway, just obviously faster. Dermatology research confirms that chronic stress measurably accelerates skin aging. So, another big parallel between cigarettes and phones is that cigarettes age skin through oxidized stress. Phones age it through cortisol and inflammation. Different delivery system, same result. Next, let's talk about blue light and sleep, the invisible nightly damage. So, our body naturally at nighttime releases melatonin to help us fall asleep. However, when we're on our phones emit blue light, and blue light suppresses melatonin. So although you're in bed at 10 p.m. at night, just casually winding down your phone, your brain still thinks it's daylight because it senses the blue light from your phone. And what's the result of this? Shallow sleep, disrupted deep sleep cycles, and less cellular repair. And the whole deep sleep is so important for me because I have noticed that sleep plays such a role in my overall health and energy. If I, let's say, sleep for 12 hours, but I don't fall into a deep sleep, I feel it. I absolutely feel it, and I don't operate the best. I don't feel the best. I don't look my best. And this is something that I always aim for whenever I go to sleep, is to fall into that deep sleep, even if it's just 7 hours. But if I fall asleep deeply, I'm good. I am ready to run 110%. Now, phones really disrupt that, really prevent women from falling into a deep sleep. You just fill up your brain with all this content. Your brain is just wide awake and you have a hard time just tuning it out. Your brain's awake all night. And you're also forgetting that sleep is the time where our bodies repair itself. It's a time for our bodies to digest. It's our time to just, recuperate from everything we've done during the day. And the importance of this is just huge, especially for women who are aiming to feel better and look better and just reduce the stress overall in their life. Like, you need to prioritize your sleep. And I will go as far as explain the science behind it. So usually at these times, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., this is your skin's primary repair window. Collagen synthesis, inflammation reduction, and fluid redistribution. If your sleep is chronically disrupted, which, a lot of women know what that's like, especially if you're a mom and you went through the newborn phase, you have dark circles, under eye hollowness, and puffiness that doesn't clear up that dull complexion. And this is another parallel that we can make towards cigarettes. Like smoking, the damage is invisible, however, very cumulative. It's slowly doing this to you. We just didn't understand it until millions sadly had to pay the price. And you know what's really messed up the more I think about it? The cruel irony of all of this is that the beauty industry is thriving right now. The skincare companies, the cosmetic companies, like the rise of all this technology put into machines, they are booming right now. I would say it's $1 billion industry. And that's the cruel irony, is that as these phones, as we're getting more addicted to it, you may be a sucker for skincare and you love doom scrolling content about ways to improve your skincare. But the irony is that you're spending money on eye creams and expensive serums, girl, I know, to fix what your phone is doing to you every night. Wake up, ladies, wake up. Next, we have a thing called the tech neck. This is a posture of an addict. Now, if you're spending hours looking down, now this is something I live by a high school and I see a lot of teenagers walk to their class. And an observation that I've made is that a lot of the kids have terrible posture. And I even see almost, 20% of the kids literally having their head down on a phone and walking, okay? Which I'm not even talking about what phones are doing to kids these days. Like, that's another video, but you are doing the same thing. The forward head posture, the rounded shoulders, collapsed chest, you have a tech neck. And a lot of women may be working, at a computer all day in addition to them doom scrolling. Now, imagine that. That's something you need to be very aware of, is why our posture is so bad. And I hate to do this again, but there is an addiction parallel. A lot of addicts have that collapsed, caved-in posture that I'm starting to see with a lot of phone addicts now. They just have this withdrawal from the world, similar to how we are with our phones. Now compare the two visually. So what are some physical effects of this, of constantly looking down on your phone? It's the appearance of a double chin, regardless of weight, shorter, heavier, older silhouette and loss of neck to shoulder line silhouette. Like it's beautiful when a woman like has a long neck and can keep it up. But the more you're scrolling and just having that tech neck, you don't have that beautiful silhouette anymore. And then there's a trickle effect to this too. The compressed diaphragm that you have, like let's say you're constantly looking down, and you're constantly like typing or you're constantly doom scrolling, you have a compressed diaphragm. And over time, this leads to shallower breathing, which if you're not breathing enough, this explains your low energy and vitality. Now, in contrast, imagine an upright woman, beautiful posture, speaks eloquently because she has the energy. She doesn't have the shallow breathing. She's held up with intention. She's not jaded by negative thoughts. She's just, visibly beautiful because she's not sucked into this world trapped into a phone. It looks more alive. It looks more magnetic. And I know this sounds so dramatic, guys. Like I'm literally comparing phones to smoking, but I absolutely believe in the compound effect of it. This ugly image is happening at one downward glance at a time, but it's gradual enough that you don't notice until let's say someone took an unexpected photo of you, and you're like, geez, why is my posture so bad? I blame doom scrolling. Now let's talk about what chronic doom scrolling looks like in real life. Just like a smoker reaches for a cigarette right after getting out of bed for their morning hit. You, like that smoker, before your eyes even open up, grab the phone, turn off the alarm, and immediately open the apps, the news, Instagram, and TikTok, and just start bombarding your mind with content. Now, your cortisol awakening response is a lot higher in the morning. So your morning scroll spikes it even higher. So you're like scrolling, 4 minutes in, you've already consumed the life of 17 other women. You've already triggered comparison thoughts in your head, and this leaves your nervous system feeling reactive, already behind, and already in low-grade stress. And your face will carry that all morning. Just like a smoker, they don't feel the aging that the cigarette causes. And you too do not feel like your scroll is aging you either. That's why they're both insidious. So similar to like the morning hit, you suddenly need a relief hit. Like a smoker. Addicts don't use drugs just to feel high. They use it to stop feeling bad, kind of like somewhat relieve the discomfort of a withdrawal. Let's say you're a mother, you put your child down for a nap, the house is quiet, your body's exhausted, but the quiet feels uncomfortable. And that's where you find yourself grabbing your phone because that discomfort of the quiet and not having to do anything feels uncomfortable to you. And that discomfort that you feel at that time, the inability to sit still without your phone, that is the withdrawal from this response. It's not laziness. It's a trained nervous system just craving stimulation. What your body needed in that moment was genuine rest. But what did you give it? More stimulation, more depleted when your child wakes up. And how do you look at the end of the day? Puffy eyes, heavier face, lower energy, visibly by the end of the day. Lastly, like a smoker, you need a late night smoke. You know, when a smoker has to go outside right before bed, just for that last smoke of the day, just to wind down, just for a moment. My lady are doing the exact same thing when the lights are out, you're in bed, and you're just scrolling. Just to wind down. It's the same logic, it's the same mechanism. Your melatonin is being suppressed the entire time. Your brain, poor thing, thinks it's 3 p.m. Shallow sleep, no deep repair. Then you wake up feeling tired, feeling unenergetic, and like you were working all night. I wonder why. And if you're puffy in the morning, that's probably why. Or even like the fine lines around your eyes are more pronounced. Your eyes just haven't recovered. I hate that there's a lot of content about how tiring motherhood is, and where a big aspect of this is not pointing out the fact that we women, on top of I'm not saying motherhood is not stimulating. Like I have my moments where I need a break from my son, but we need to be held more accountable that we're not tired because of a toddler. I would say 80% of the time, mothers are tired because they never actually rested. Her phone was a reason why. So as I'm giving this visual of like what our phones are doing to us like a smoker, I want you to realize that this is me just giving you a wake-up call and why I truly believe that doom scrolling is making you ugly. And like I said, I started this channel to help women who feel tired and tired of hustling and just want a life to slow down and to tap into their feminine instincts and feminine energy, and honestly digging in deep of why we lost touch of this, right? Like why are we so out of touch with our natural instincts? And it's because of this phone addiction. A phone addiction has played such a big role in why we women are just so goddamn tired. And one of the biggest outcome of doom scrolling is I feel like it's a loss of self. Like addiction, I do think it erodes your identity. Like your whole life becomes organized around this like substance, or in this case, the content that you're consuming. You're spending so many hours inside other people's aesthetics and opinions. You're questioning your own taste, and your own instincts go quiet. You literally start dressing like an algorithm, which we already see in today's time. We all look alike. We all dress alike. There's no unique taste at all, especially with us women and especially in the younger age as well, is that we're all just following an algorithm and we're just falling out of touch with our own self, our own unique attributes. When you're clearly yourself, like what looks good on you, what fits best for you, even though not everyone does it, that's magnetic. That's what's attractive. You're not attractive and beautiful and magnetic and something that people are drawn to if you're just copying the next celebrity out there. This reminds me of a story about a surgeon. This is actually one of my biggest fears myself in terms of mental health. There was a plastic surgeon back in the 1960s. His name was Maxwell Maltz. And the one thing he noticed with all of his patients that had surgery is that even though the operation was successful, he gave the patient exactly what they wanted, the patient still saw the same face in the mirror, even though there were physical differences. This in itself should teach you that your self-image is the operating system. It doesn't matter what you do on top of it. And I feel like doom scrolling is slowly rewriting your operating system, your self-image, what you think of yourself. You absorb other people's identities until yours goes fully quiet. And the scary thing is that the face that you see in the mirror and the reflection is not you. It's what you've been feeding your mind. Now let's get to the important part about how to stop doom scrolling. And I really hope that I scared you. That was the whole point of this video. I want to scare you in terms of not wanting to touch your phone again, or at least, reduce your screen time to at least 1 hour a day. Like, come on, we can do this. Here are 4 practical steps that helped me a lot, and I do believe this is a great starting point for you too. Now, this isn't about becoming phone free. I'm not telling you to throw your phone in the river. We need it. Okay, let's be realistic. But I'm just saying, let's be intentional, just so that your body stops paying the price. And of course, I'm going to use the same framework as an addiction recovery, understanding the mechanism, removing the triggers, and replacing your behaviors with a better life. Tip number 1, protect your mornings. No phone for the first 30 minutes of your morning. This is a non-negotiable. What to do instead? Go outside, get some sun in your eyes, pray with your child, have a nice cup of coffee without any stimulation. Just be present without your phone. Your morning sets the nervous system baseline every day. Please protect it. Tip number 2, use rest windows for actual rest. So like I said earlier, when your child goes to rest, do not grab your phone. You do not need that relief hit like a smoker. Put it down, lie down, let your nervous system decompress for real. For me, 20 minutes of a good nap time does wonders. If I do a minute over or a minute below, it's all right. But 20 minutes, I set my alarm and I just rest. I feel so good after that. Like, just closing your eyes, even if you don't fall asleep, just closing your eyes and not moving for 20 minutes is such a golden time for giving your body a boost. I would say it's almost equivalent to a cup of coffee for me. Tip number 3, stop smoking in bed. Just like your mornings, put your phone away from your bedroom for 30 minutes. Literally, keep your phone outside of your room. And if you need it for an alarm, go buy an actual alarm. I'm saying it to go that far because we're trying to break an addiction here. Come on, let's get serious. Just like nobody lets a smoker inside a bedroom, you shouldn't be leaving your phone in there. Same logic. Because your bedroom is a repair space. Blue light and cortisol spikes have no business being in there. And don't forget, this is one of the most impactful skin habit you can build, more than any product. Tip number 4, eat like it's a drug. Curate like it's a drug cabinet. You wouldn't give a recovering alcoholic a glass of wine and just say, just one more. If you're going to be on your phone, at least control what you're feeding your mind ruthlessly. If you're following toxic accounts that just constantly show you, crazy things going on in the city, I live in Toronto, and one account that's so toxic, and anyone that consumes it is crazy. It's called Sex BuzzFeed. It's a Canadian thing. Sorry, nose is itching. Anything that really spikes your cortisol, or if there's an influencer that makes you feel like shit, where you're just wondering, like, how does this girl have it all together? She's so pretty. If she triggers any comparison, unfollow them. There are genuine good accounts out there that can make you feel good, and I've been really good at curating my TikTok feed. Anything that's like scary or depressing or a topic that I'm not interested in, I immediately have trained my algorithm by saying not interested. So my feed's pretty aligned with what I like, and if anything else pops up, I immediately say not interested. So at least make sure that you unfollow accounts that make you feel like crap, and just do an audit. Sorry, my nose is itching so much. Do an audit and Be in control of what you consume at least. And tip number 5, please build a life that's more compelling than your feed. My in-laws and my family have noticed, I'm seeing this with a lot of families, they're blaming COVID for why families don't get together as often. They're complaining that no one wants to gather again, no one wants to host. There's just not as a social life going on like we used to. I don't think it's COVID. I honestly think that we all got addicted to our phones during COVID, and we would rather do that, stay home and scroll and see what people are up to versus physically go to someone's house and socialize. I do think that's my hot take. And yeah, I honestly blame phones for everything that's been happening socially around the world. Because back then, before phones, people had no choice but to get out of their house physically and interact with other people because we had no idea what was going on in people's lives. But now, since we're consuming it, not even consuming our loved ones' content, by the way, we're consuming more interesting people out there's content with how our feeds have become, right? So we need to come back to real life, guys. I do think we're living a Black Mirror episode. You need to start building a life where you don't feel the need to go on your phone. Women out there, find a hobby, read books, hang out, make friends, live a real life if you find yourself constantly consuming content. Find something to live your life worth living for. Because when your life genuinely feels full, the phone loses its pull. Not by force, but because you no longer need it. This is why when you go on vacation, naturally you're not on your phone as much, because you actually enjoy your vacation. And honestly, I really hope that you're not on your phone when you're on vacation. Come on, you paid for that. So make your life, your day-to-day life, just as exciting, or learn to take a break from your phone, that the boring, mundane things don't feel as boring. You start enjoying it. Now let's wrap up this video. Here's what I want you to hold on to before I close. Your dopamine system is not broken, it's not weak, and it's not beyond repair. It's just homesick. It's designed for something deeper than a feed. It's designed for presence, for a real connection, for a life that actually means something. In the 1950s, cigarettes were glamorous. Doctors endorsed it. Movie stars held them. Nobody ever talked about what it quietly does to your body from the inside, until the evidence becomes too impossible to ignore. And I truly believe this is going to happen with doomscrolling. We are in the 1950s of smartphone addiction right now. The evidence is building, the neuroscience is there, and in 20 years, we're going to look back the same way we look back at the smoking era, with genuine disbelief that why didn't we know this sooner? But now you know what it's costing you. Not just your time, it's your collagen, your sleep, your posture, your dopamine regulation, your sense of self. Please start protecting your mornings. Please start resting more. Start sleeping without your phone by your face. That glow that women are paying hundreds of dollars for, you can achieve that by just having a calm nervous system. If any of this resonated, please stick around and subscribe. And don't forget, I do have a free Soft Life Workbook Challenge down in the link below if you're looking to slow down in life. I hope to see you at my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye.